In Dutton Ranch Episode 8, Austin told Beth and Rip about the 10 Petals illegal livestock smuggling and theft enterprise in Mexico. The 10 Petals were able to import cows with falsified documentation for the Border Patrol even after the border was closed due to screwworm. The Jackson family was able to thrive because they had an advantage over all other ranches in South Texas. Beth and Rip purchased Bullet, the foot-and-mouth disease-infected bull, as a result of the 10 Petals illicit cattle smuggling. The FMD that Bullet gave them forced Beth and Rip to cull their whole herd of Black Angus cattle. The 10 Petals' dubious activities directly hurt and almost destroyed the Dutton Ranch. The 10 Petals may have also harmed other ranches. Austin, Beth, and Rip are unaware of who is in charge of the 10 Petals Mexico division. That would be Mariano Reyes, played by Raul Max Trujillo, who has been a menacing voice on Beulah Jackson's phone up to this point. Joaquin Reyes, Juan Pablo Raba, has a father named Mariano. Bobby Soto portrays the enigmatic Reyes dad in flashbacks to 1981. But while they wait for the next cargo from Mexico in 2 days, Rip, Beth, and Austin are also unaware of another important aspect of the 10 Petals cow smuggling business in Dutton Ranch, Episode 8, which is hinted to in the teaser for the show's Season 1 finale, El Padrino. It's possible that the 10 Petals illicit cattle smuggling business is a front for narcotics smuggling. In the Dutton Ranch Season 1 finale trailer, after putting out Beulah's kid with a punch, Rip asks Rob Will directly if he is smuggling drugs. This probably involves Rob Will, which relates to his motivation for killing Wes Ayers, who may have discovered the truth. The 10 Petals Ranch's designation as crooked by Dutton Ranch reflects the opinions of many Yellowstone residents on Governor John Dutton, Kevin Costner, and the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. The main characters of Dutton Ranch, Beth and Rip, came to Rio Paloma with blood on their hands from their numerous secrets in Montana, including the lives they had taken, such as Jamie Dutton, Wes Bentley. The Duttons have traditionally been portrayed in Yellowstone as heroes who took necessary action to save their land from out-of-state developers and other adversaries. However, the Duttons ought to have been imprisoned for what they did to protect their property throughout Yellowstone. Torture, vandalism, corruption, and numerous murders are just a few of the numerous crimes that fall under this category. Despite their lack of purity and innocence, Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler relocated to Rio Paloma with the intention of making a fresh start. Sadly, they become entangled with another strong and affluent family of ranchers who are committing crimes to preserve their history. Are the Jacksons' actions in Rio Paloma worse than the Duttons' actions in Montana? The difference appears to be that the Jacksons' crimes are intended to prolong and enrich the 10 Petals, regardless of whether they harm their neighbors, but the Duttons' crimes are directed toward their foes in order to defend their property. The Dutton Ranch has already been devastated by foot-and-mouth disease. Furthermore, it is unacceptable for Beulah Jackson and Mariano Reyes to be involved in a narcotics smuggling organization. The Duttons never sold or smuggled drugs. This does make the Duttons better than the Jacksons in Yellowstone's distorted morals and ethics. In the first season finale of Dutton Ranch, Beth and Rip should hold Beulah accountable for the crimes committed by the Jackson family. Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, and Beth Dutton, Kelly Riley, discovered how crooked the Jackson family and the 10 Petals Ranch are in Dutton Ranch. Austin, Sterling English, one of the 10 Petals cowboys who became a whistleblower, revealed the specifics of the Jacksons' misdeeds, which were hinted at throughout Dutton Ranch Season 1. Since his companion Wes Ayers, Nakoa DeCoit, disappeared in the first episode of Dutton Ranch, Austin has been outspoken about the 10 Petals' dubious activities. Rob Will Jackson, Jai Courtney, killed Wes because he was too near to discovering the truth about the 10 Petals. Austin has spent the first season of Dutton Ranch attempting to get away from his employers and figuring out what happened to Wes at the same time. When Austin finally told Zachariah, Mark Menchaca, about his fears, Zachariah assured the distressed cowboy that he could put his life in the hands of Beth and Rip. As co-workers, Beth and Rip are aware of and suspicious of Beulah Jackson's Annette Benning business. Even though they're lacking a crucial component, Austin explained what's actually going on at the 10 Petals. Carter has always been the person standing in the middle of the storm. He has watched the Dutton Ranch fall into chaos, but in Dutton Ranch Episode 8, Carter may finally uncover the one secret that changes everything. While trying to understand Beulah's recent actions, Carter discovers a hidden connection that nobody else noticed. At first, it seems like another piece of the ranch conflict, another betrayal, another power move. But the deeper Carter investigates, the darker the truth becomes. Carter finds evidence that Beulah had a secret order aimed directly at Rob Will. The plan was not only to weaken his influence, but to completely remove him from the fight for the ranch. The person who claimed to be protecting the ranch may have been the one secretly destroying it from the inside. The discovery puts Carter in an impossible position, because Carter knows one thing. If Beulah finds out he knows the truth, he becomes her next target. When Carter finally brings the information to Rip and Beth, the entire situation changes. Beulah has been playing everyone against each other. Every argument, every alliance, every betrayal. It was all part of the plan. The battle for the Dutton Ranch has reached a dangerous new level, and this time, the biggest threat may be coming from someone who has been hiding in plain sight. In Dutton Ranch Episode 8, a shocking discovery could expose Beulah's darkest secret yet. The shocking twist begins when Carter uncovers information that changes everything. A hidden message, a secret order, a plan that reveals Beulah was willing to cross every line to remove Rob Will from her path. And the person who discovers the truth may be the one person Beulah never expected, Carter. The young ranch hand who has always been underestimated may become the key to exposing Beulah's entire operation. But revealing the truth could put Carter directly in danger, because once Beulah realizes her secret has been discovered, she will do whatever it takes to protect it. Now Rip and Beth must make their biggest decision yet. Do they confront Beulah immediately, or do they play the same dangerous game and use her own plan against her? The ranch war is no longer about land, power, or money. It has become a fight for survival, and by the end of Episode 8, one truth will become clear. Beulah didn't just start a war. She planned to end everyone standing in her way. After Carter exposes Beulah's hidden plan, the entire balance of power at the Dutton Ranch changes. What started as a quiet battle behind closed doors suddenly becomes an open war, and Rip and Beth are ready to fight back. For Rip, this is no longer just another ranch dispute. It is personal. When Carter reveals that Beulah's secret order was designed to destroy Rob Will and remove anyone standing in her way, Rip immediately understands the danger. He knows that people like Beulah do not stop once they get what they want. They keep pushing, they keep taking, until there is nothing left. Rip has spent his life protecting the ranch and the people who belong to it, but now he realizes the threat is coming from someone who has been inside the game all along. Beulah's plan was not just an attack on Rob Will, it was a move against everyone connected to the ranch, and Rip is not willing to let that happen. Meanwhile, Beth begins connecting the pieces faster than anyone else. She realizes Beulah's biggest weapon was never strength, it was manipulation. Beulah has been turning people against each other, creating distrust, and making everyone focus on the wrong enemy. But Beth sees the truth. The real battle was happening in the shadows. Now Beth is determined to expose Beulah's entire operation. She knows that if they attack too quickly, Beulah could disappear and leave them with nothing. But if they wait too long, Rob Will could lose everything. The pressure is on. Rip wants action. Beth wants a strategy. And together, they become the biggest threat Beulah has ever faced. The confrontation could force Beulah to reveal her final move. She may have expected Rob Will to fight alone, but she never expected Rip, Beth, and Carter to unite against her. The ranch war has changed. It is no longer Beulah controlling the game. Now she is being hunted. But Beulah still has one advantage. She knows how desperate Rip and Beth can become when someone threatens their family, and she may use that weakness against them. The biggest question heading into the final moments of Episode 8, will Rip and Beth expose Beulah before she makes her final move? Because once Rip enters the fight, there is no turning back. For a long time, Rob Will believed he understood the game. He thought he could see every move coming, every betrayal before it happened, and every enemy trying to take control of the Dutton Ranch. But in Dutton Ranch Episode 8, Rob Will may discover that his biggest mistake was trusting the wrong person. Rob Will never expected Beulah to be the person working against him. While he was focused on protecting his position and fighting outside threats, Beulah was quietly building a plan behind the scenes. She wasn't attacking directly. She was waiting. And that may have been Rob Will's greatest weakness. He underestimated how far Beulah was willing to go. Rob Will may have believed that their past connection or shared interests would stop her from crossing a dangerous line. He may have thought Beulah wanted the same thing he wanted, the survival and future of the ranch. But Carter's discovery changes everything. The secret order proves that Beulah wasn't trying to negotiate. She was trying to eliminate him. Now Rob Will is forced to face a painful reality. The person closest to him may have been the person planning his downfall. His mistake wasn't losing a battle. His mistake was not seeing the war coming. As Rip and Beth prepare to fight back, Rob Will has to decide whether he can trust them or continue trying to handle everything alone. His pride and need for control could become his biggest weakness. Because Beulah's plan depends on one thing: keeping everyone divided. If Rob Will refuses to accept help, he may walk straight into the trap Beulah created. But if he joins forces with Rip, Beth, and Carter, they may finally have enough power to expose her. The biggest danger now is that Beulah may already have a backup plan. She knew Rob Will would react. She knew Rip would fight. She knew Beth would investigate, and she may have prepared for all of them. The final showdown could force Rob Will to admit the truth. He was never in control of the game. He was only playing the game Beulah created. And now, the question is, can Rob Will survive the consequences of his biggest mistake before Beulah finishes what she started?